Hello guys, so this video I'm going to be showing you how to have this clean perfect install with your bouncy bob wig, so stay watching. Hello besties, welcome once again to my channel. For more behind the scenes and fun tips, make sure you follow me on Instagram, Pinterest, TikTok and Facebook. But while you're here, make sure you give this video a like, make sure you subscribe and turn notification because you don't want to miss out on amazing content. So guys, here's what this week came in looking like, and we had to fix that little issue you see on the screen. So since I was supposed to install this hair in like 30 minutes time, I didn't really have a lot of time to do the proper fix of this hair, so I just kind of stitched it together. I told her to bring it after though, so that I can properly do this. And don't forget to turn on notification because I'm going to show you how to properly fix up tears like this and make your wig look presentable. So let's dive into the install. So first of all, as usual, you're going to clean your client's hair with rubbing alcohol. This is to get rid of any oils and whatnot. So guys, I really don't use ball caps right when installing, but since I start installing some of my clients that are on low cut, I realized that I might need to start using the ball cap method for them specifically. So yep, so I just went ahead to lay back that hair using my got to be glue to slick back the edges so I don't mess up my client's hair with my glue. And after doing that, I went ahead to just clean it with some alcohol, use my dryer, speed up that process and whatnot. So yeah, so after that, I'm going to go ahead to place my wig and see exactly where it's supposed to fit, where my client is comfortable with it sitting, and I'm going to go in with my skin protectant. This is very important. So use skin protectant to protect your client's skin from the harsh chemicals of the glue. And also, this is actually going to help your install because it provides additional grip to the glue. So don't skip this step. But always make sure you prep your hair before doing all of this. You can't just go in with skin protectant on glue on an oily skin. No, it's not going to work. So always clean your skin and then you prep your skin perfectly. Then you go in with your skin protectant. And once it's nice and dry, you're going to go into the next step, which is the application of glue. So I always apply very thin layers of glue, and I could use my dryer in between to dry it. But if it's really thin, most of the times I don't use my dryer. I do at times, so it just depends on the humidity of the air. So yeah, so always go with very thin layers. So I'm using hair by any hair glue, and I also use hair by any skin protectant, which is very important for your skin. So it's really good. So the glue is really good. So I normally go with 2 to 3 layers of the glue, but depending on the glue you're using and the hole, you could go with more layers. So I actually skipped this part. I guess it got missing in editing. So yeah, so I applied 2 to 3 layers of glue and then I laid down my wig, right. So I was just testing out the glue and you can see how strong it is. Like I haven't tied down the band yet and you can see how strong it is. So next, I'll go in with my melting spray, and I always mix my melting spray with lace tint mousse. So I could apply the melting spray and dry it and then go in my mousse, or I could mix it together if I'm short on time. So after doing that, I go in my dryer. Like my dryer is my best friend when it comes to installation, guys. Like I don't get anything done without this dryer. So after doing that, I'm just going to use my brush to slick the hair back. This is to prevent it from sticking to the glue when tying down the band, right? So you could also go ahead and use your hot comb to slick it back properly. So after doing that, I went in with barber's tape because my client, she really has oily and sweaty skin. So I was just trying to reduce some of that moisture from the wig, and I always go in with 2 bands. The first band is to for the edges of the lace, like to melt the lace, and the second band is for the overall frontal to just hold everything intact. So you could tie this band and you could let it sit for 30 minutes to 1 hour, depending on how long your client can take it, basically. So that's why I always make sure everything is ready and set before I go in with the band. That way I know that as I remove that band, that's it. So yeah, so I'm going to go ahead to coil the hair, and I was alternating directions of this hair so that I could have some volume. So I coiled some to the left, I coiled some to the right, like I was alternating the directions to give it some volume. So yeah, so that's a trick that you can use as well if you need more volume on your wig. So yeah, so that's it. So we're just going to go ahead and coil the hair, and I was using bombshell, right? Because we want that bounce, we want that volume. So I was using bombshell. So I think I yep. So when you're done with this, you're going to go ahead to begin the front part of your hair, and always use your heat protectants, right? Don't forget to use your heat protectants, guys. Like, it's very important. Can't even emphasize it a lot. It really protects your hair from heat damage and whatnot. So my client wanted to see part two. I was just carving it out and seeing how it looks, mapping it out. Yep. So yeah. So you could go for a middle part, you could go for a C part, but when it comes to this kind of bobs, right, like I just love the side part. So yeah, so after applying my holding spray, no, my heat protectants, guys, and my hair wax, I just went ahead to comb the hair out and detangle it. You know, guys, after tying it down, it kind of sticks together and forms this hard, like, scrunch. So I was just trying to loosen it out before going in with my hot comb. So after doing that, I'm going to go ahead to slick the other part of the hair. So yeah, after getting this part in order, I went ahead to slick the other part of the hair using my holding spray, my heat protectants. Why do I keep saying holding spray? Using my heat protectants and my hair wax. So I normally don't really use a lot of these products, guys, like especially hair wax. I don't use it a lot because I don't want a lot of grease on my client's hair, because I noticed that when you use most of these products, first of all, we all know it's not good for the hair, and secondly, after installing your hair once, you might need to maybe condition it or shampoo your hair before you can install again because of the oil and the product build up. So I don't use it a lot. I just always make sure I lightly use it. Uh and I think the only time you can't really avoid using, not a lot, but using relatively a good quantity of holding spray or most of these products is when you're doing like a sleek ponytail, right? Because then your client wants it to eat, like your client wants it to be clean, and they don't really care of what it looks like. So yep, so we are done, and here's what it's looking like. So perfect, so beautiful. It's giving responsible, it's giving boss chick, it's giving office vibe. So thanks for watching, and now you're going to help me clean up. So after every install, I always make sure I clean up and just set the place in order. So this particular day I had 2 installs to do, so I just wanted to clean up before my client comes in so she doesn't walk into a kind of like a messed up, like first impression matters, right? So yeah, I do my best. Well, guys, thanks so much for watching. Make sure you like and subscribe, turn on notification. Bye bye.